Gwen has been sitting in class all day, and now she's pushing through that end of the day with her social studies class, but she's having a hard time concentrating.
So one of the first things that we can do, we can kind of check on our learner by physically coming to say, oh, and instantly, did you see how she naturally just sat back? I'm like, hey, how's class? You okay?
Yes.
Something else that you did see that actually I really liked was she was doodling a little bit. That doesn't bother us. Even the rocking in the chair, stretching. I mean, kids gotta move. Kids are going to move no matter the age, especially the younger ones. They will move a lot, right? Right now, her leg's bouncing. Something else that you could constructively do is have some small, non-noise making fidgets, little stretchies. She's got little poppets.
Getting up and stretching, like she said, so if you want to practice standing up, maybe bending your legs a little bit.
Go for it.
Okay, as long as you're within the zone of the computer, as long as you can listen to what's being said, that's a huge piece of it. If you are going to step away for a moment just to get a breather, always make sure you tell your teacher, that way they know.
And mark yourself as away.
Yes.
Sometimes you need to move around, and that's okay. It doesn't distract me, or most of the time it doesn't distract anybody else. If your kid needs to move, they don't need to be sitting perfectly still at their desk, eyes on the screen the whole time without moving. Like, that's just not natural. We don't need statues.
No, we don't. We don't need statue teachers either.
No.
We aren't sitting there like statues ourselves. Remember, this is like your school choice. This is your opportunity to design a learning environment specific to your students' needs, whether they're a wiggler or not. Something that you might find at home that can help them out that wouldn't be in the classroom is maybe a pillow. So we could sit on a regular pillow. We could fill the pillow with pom-poms, like the nice big pom-poms, and have them sit on it just to feel that little bit of a difference. Or maybe you have a taller pillow, one of those really nice cushiony ones, to put under their feet so that they can step and stomp on the pillow while they're in class.
You can have really anything as long as it's not going to distract the student. So if it's just a fidget, if it's giving them extra sensory, I would recommend not having toys. As those become the distraction, not help alleviate. And the same with food. But we often get parents saying, my kid just won't sit still, it's so distracting. I would ask yourself the question is, who is it distracting? Oftentimes we as parents, we want our kids to be perfect, right? Because they are perfect. However, it's just not a functional way to live. Kids have to move, we as adults have to move, and everyone's flow is going to be a little bit different. So understanding that kids need to move, that there are socially acceptable ways they can do that. Even though they may not be looking at the screen, they are still listening, and she can still be actively participating in what we're doing, like she's doing right now, and still get that movement and those fidgets out so she is able to still pay attention mentally, even though physically she might be moving a little bit.
And as a learning coach, you can look at the patterns of behavior, maybe think about what time of day is the most challenging. If it's in the afternoon, very often we find that students have not had a really great lunch. It just doesn't help them throughout the day. They need to have that energy, they need that extra little boost. So definitely make sure that we are embracing that lunch period.
And taking that lunch period to not just eat, but also to move. Let the students have some non-screen time so they're physically getting up and active, have them be a part of making lunch. Maybe all go outside to quickly take a walk, even just walk around the house, gather the laundry, wash the dishes, get some different type of things
Put them
done.
to work.
Yes.
Put them to work.
Yes. But they're involved, they're up and moving. It's something mentally very different so that they're able to kind of cleanse their palate, so to speak. So hopefully the fidgets will continue to still be, because kids will be kids. However, they won't be as distracting, especially to the students themselves. How you feeling?
Good.
Excellent. Fidget away.